Kanika Sui.
And I'm Natalie Rivera. Thanks for tuning in to Campus News, bringing you the latest from John Marshall High School and the surrounding community.
It has been over a week and we still don't have a winner in the closest presidential election in history. If it were up to the youth of America, however, the results would be a lot clearer. Of everyone in the United States in grades K through 12 who voted on YouthEvote.net, 2% voted for Pat Buchanan, 4% preferred Ralph Nader, 38% favored Al Gore, and 56% chose Republican nominee George Bush as the clear winner. These tabulations differ from the results totaled of the small amount of Marshall students who participated. 0% voted Pat Buchanan, 10% for Ralph Nader, only 9% for George Bush, and 81% put their faith in Al Gore's hands to lead our nation.
In Los Angeles, in the LAUSD, we had 45,586 students voting, which is about 10% of the eligible students in the school district. That's more students voting than any other school district anywhere in the country. LAU.
Campus News would like to acknowledge the student of Mr. Futala's class for their 100% voter turnout. Did you vote?
Oh, of course I did.
That's great.
Teenage pregnancy is on the rise in the United States. According to the Center for Disease Control, every year 1 million American teenage girls become pregnant. Vanessa Ballesteros and Maria Celis visited local medical facilities to see what services are available for girls in need.
It's important to be aware that no birth control method is 100% effective. The only guaranteed way to prevent pregnancy is to not have sex. If you are or choose to be sexually active, you must learn how to protect yourself, not only from sexually transmitted diseases, but also from pregnancy. If you are at least 12 or older, you can receive birth control information confidentially without your parents' permission at school clinics, family planning clinics, public health clinics, and county hospitals. One clinic in particular Marshall students can turn to is the Asian Pacific Healthcare Venture, located on Hillhurst Avenue.
If any female wants to access birth control or family planning services, they can come to our clinic.
If you've had unprotected sex within the last 3 days, it's not too late to do something to prevent pregnancy.
There actually is emergency contraception. Some people refer to it as the morning after pill. It is prescribed pill, so she would need to come to the clinic and talk to the doctor, and then we can give her the pills.
If you become pregnant, you've got a very serious situation on your hands and only a few options. If you decide to keep the baby, see an obstetrician-gynecologist immediately for prenatal care and discontinue any potentially damaging habits like smoking and drinking. If you're not prepared to raise a child, adoption is something to think about. For information about adoption services, contact the Adoptions Unit of the Department of Children and Family Services or St. Anne's Maternity Home. Another option to consider is ending the pregnancy.
If she decides that she does not want to continue the pregnancy and would like to get an abortion, we can also refer her to places.
Something else to consider if you want to end the pregnancy is the recently FDA-approved non-surgical abortion pill Mifeprex, known in France as RU486. Doctors will be able to start prescribing the pill in the next few weeks. Consult a physician or Planned Parenthood for more information.
The Asian Pacific Healthcare Venture is located at 1530 Hillhurst Avenue, Suite 200. You can contact them at 323-644-3880.
Campus News always does its best to keep you updated with school and community events. Here's Jeff Lund with this week's FYI. Jeff, take it away.
Thanks, Kanika. Last Thursday, leadership provided us with yet another successful noontime activity. Some of Marshall's top aspiring rappers had a chance to show off their abilities at the open mic competition. Emerson Pasley took home first prize, a $50 certificate to Fat Beats, after dazzling the crowd with his skills. Congratulations to Kevin Kane, our theater workshop advisor. Mr. Kane was recognized by our district broadcast channel, KLCS 58, on the show In Focus. He was interviewed regarding his classes and his continuous dedication. Los Angeles Unified School District Superintendent Roy Romer visited King Middle School on Monday, November 13th. Superintendent Romer was given an extensive tour of King. He was there as part of his desire to visit all the LAUSD middle schools and to look at the academic programs and achievements. King Magnet has recently been in the news because of the Gifted Technology and Arts Magnet program starting in July 2001. King faculty and administration have decided to go on a year-round schedule 1 year earlier than required in order to receive funds for Magnet School. King staff and community members hope that the new Magnet program will benefit students in our own area as well as draw other high-achieving students from surrounding communities. It's getting close to Turkey Day, and that means time off for everyone. We have a shortened day on Wednesday, November 22nd, and the campus news and the campus will be closed Thursday and Friday, the 23rd and 24th. Don't forget to give thanks for campus news. A reminder, the Hollywood Christmas Parade will be held on November 26th and broadcast live on UPN 13. That's it for this week's FYI. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Jeff. As part of the Great American Smokeout, an assembly was held Thursday, where Debbie Austin of TV commercial fame spoke to a sold-out crowd. She spoke about her experiences with smoking cigarettes since the age of 14. Students dressed up in black and white paint to represent the number of loved ones lost to cancer from cigarette smoke. The assembly was wrapped up with performances by drama and theater workshop students.
In our last show, we touched base on the rise and fall of ethics, honesty, and behavior in high schools. With more on the topic, here are Peter Wong and Sean Johnson.
Destruction of school property, rude and disorderly conduct, disrespect towards teachers and staff, and stealing are all major problems that high schools around the country must deal with on a daily basis. It seems that people would know what the right thing to do would be, but a general lack of manners, enthusiasm for schoolwork, and disrespect in general seem to be evident with Marshall students. Most people think of ethics as doing the right thing because their conscience motivates them to do so, while others act that way without really giving it much thought, but it is equally important to have both characteristics. Today's teens are the next generation of nuclear inspectors, paramedics, doctors, and journalists, and many cheat, lie, and steal at intolerable rates. Statistics show that out of 9,000 students who were surveyed, 71% have cheated on an exam, while 30% of females say they stole something from a store all within the past 12 months. Finally, 75% of males and 61% of females say they hit a person because they were angry. Parents are the primary responsibility for properly educating their teens, but each person is responsible for their own behavior. The majority of barristers are honest, hardworking, good citizens. However, many barristers need to look at their behavior and decide how they can make improvements in their citizenship.
Campus News is sure that with a little dedication and effort, we can once again be the courteous, caring, and honest people we have always been in the past.
What do you get when you mix 20,000 roaring motorcycles, rock and roll, and lots of food? The 17th Annual Muscular Dystrophy Love Ride. The nation's biggest motorcycle fundraiser was held last Sunday. Annie Uranosian and Marian Barbarian have more on this great event.
Bikers wearing acres of black leather gathered to raise money to fight muscular dystrophy and illiteracy. The kickoff ceremony for the 17th annual Muscular Dystrophy Love Ride was held at Glendale's Harley-Davidson. The event, which raised money for Reading by 9 and muscular dystrophy, has raised over $12 million in the last 17 years.
Jay Leno, the Grand Marshal, was joined by Willie Davidson, Peter Fonda, and other celebrities to kick off the 50-mile ride. Bikers roared their engines as they headed up to Castaic Lake for food, fun, and music in the sun.
Oh, we had a good time. It's like any other year. It just gets bigger and better, and we enjoy it. And we love to do it. It's part of the routine.
Blood, Sweat, and Tears featuring David Clayton Thomas kept bikers entertained while barbecue lunch was provided by the world-famous Tony Romas. Well, this year's Love Ride was a great success, raising over $1 million.
We hope to see all of you here next year, with or without a motorcycle. This is Marian Barbarian
and Annie Uranosian reporting for Campus News.
That looked like fun. I'm going to mark my calendar and get my hog ready for next year.
Maybe I'll join you.
Sure thing.
All right.
For this week's sports, we have Heather Estrada on the desk. Heather?
Thanks, ladies. How's it going, sports maniacs? It was an intense week for football as they braced themselves for the most critical matchup of the season. Last Thursday, Franklin stepped onto the field intending to dominate us in the most critical game of the season. Boy, were they in for a surprise. Franklin came on strong with some decent plays and managed to break through Barrister defense to score the first touchdown of the game. Number 33, Orlando Beltran, responded with an 85-yard touchdown, tying the score 7-7 in the first quarter.
With the score tied, number 3 Marvin Quiñones threw a 38-yard touchdown pass to number 88 David Lossi, sending our crowd who sat through the bitter cold night into wild celebration. This play in the last seconds of the first half put the Barristers in the lead with a score of 14-7. Barristers maintained their strong defense and kept the Panthers on a leash, winning the game as well as the league title from the former Northern League champions.
Congratulations, you guys. You made Marshall proud, carrying us to the playoffs 2 years in a row.
And a special thanks to the coaches for their hard work too. You've certainly made it a memorable year for the class of 2001.
Tune in to the next show for highlights from the playoffs and a pat on the back for Orlando, Marvin, and David for their efforts, which garnered them a special mention in the LA Times. They make Marshall proud. Well, that's pretty much it for this week's sports.
Wow, they're really on a roll this year.
Yeah, they look really good.
Yeah, they've been looking really good.
She's a two-sport superstar and homecoming royalty, and she's also our Barrister of the Week. Take a look.
Lisa Reyes has a 3.8 GPA, is the student body vice president, has been in leadership for the past 4 years, and has also been a member of the tennis team for the past 3 years. This barrister spends 10 hours each week training at Griffith Park for competitions. If you're more of a softball fan, you've probably witnessed her sliding to first base or hitting a home run for the past 3 years. Not only is she a member of Marshall's softball team, but she somehow manages to find time to play for a league outside of school. After graduation, Lisa plans on attending USD and majoring in business administration. So with all of these responsibilities, who inspires this barrister to do so well?
I look up to my sister because she got me into leadership and she's in college and my parents always compare me to her, so I want to follow her footsteps.
Despite her busy schedule, Lisa enjoys spending time with all of her friends, especially her 2 best friends, Margie and Joey.
Way to go, Lisa. If you think one of your friends deserves to be the Barrister of the Week, drop us an email at campusnews@hotmail.com.
Marshall's a pretty big school, and we don't always have time to cover it all. This week, we try to rectify that by profiling one of Marshall's top programs in a segment we call Something Blue.
Marshall's marching band and drill team have been working extremely hard this year, and their diligence has paid off. They swept last Saturday's sweepstakes competition at Granada Hills High School, taking first place and the Outstanding Drum Major award out of 18 other high schools. They will be advancing to their final competition of the season this Saturday at Wilson. Mr. Parker, the band's instructor, has high hopes for this year's team.
Up this weekend, we're going to Wilson High School for the LAUSD Battle of the Bands. We're on the field at 1 p.m. In Division 3, we really intend to beat everybody like a bongo and bring home first place and the banner, and that's going to be a gift for Mr. Abraham if we can pull it off.
Marshall's elite marching band and drill team are one of a kind, and we hope you get the chance to see them perform firsthand. This is Emily Sogg reporting for Campus News.
The band and drill team performed this Saturday at Wilson High. Tickets are $5 at the student store.
Well, we're out of time, so on behalf of Natalie, Heather, Jeff, and the rest of the Campus News crew, have a great weekend.